A home is more than just a place. It's a foundation. It's where our bonds were forged, our values were built, and where our
game number 4 in a few seconds as we give you the continued action here in the 26th EcoOil One LaSalle Alumni Basketball League, presented by Smart Sports and live on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Of course, our sponsors: Feel Great System, Frankie's New York Buffalo Wings, Jerry's Grill, Titan, Blue Fire LPG, and Star Magazine. Organized by Kings of the Court PH and Sports Plus PH in partnership with the LaSalle Green Hills Alumni Association. And our 4th game of this Sunday afternoon, it is the Battle of the Undefeated, as the opening basket goes to Francis Goal off of that bank shot from the painted area for Pacific Era Logistics. Just a quick recap of these two teams. 103 playing in Group 10. Perfect record, 3-0. And Pacific Era Logistics, same record, 3-0. Playing in Group 11, both the number 1 seed in their previous brackets. As that's a fast break there, and an open layup, 2-on-1 fast break. Pass coming from Daniel Escueta, and the layup, opening basket for Jerome Mendoza. Nang has it. They give it back to Francis Go. Look at the ball movement there coming from Pacific Era Logistics. Ending up with a triple coming from Martin Go. Missing from the middle. Smith has it. Smith will kick it out to Mendoza, looking for his 4th point of the ball game. Could not find the bottom of the net as it goes out of bounds. And now Sean Nang will set up the play. Nang looked like he was going to shoot. They go to the middle to add to Anore. Anore will find Josiah Filipino for the 3-point basket. First triple of the ball game here for both squads. Pacific Era Logistics getting this 3-point lead off of that jumper coming from Josiah. Josiah Yu tried to answer back, but a little bit too strong there. Sean Nang goes to the middle, finds Go. Go with a 3-pointer, too strong. The other Go gets it, that's Francis, but he will have a foot on the line and it goes out of bounds. And Bon Siako will inbound the basketball and give it to Smith. Smith setting it up. Siako has it. Spin move and the basket for Bon Siako. Two perimeter baskets here for 103. Floater is no good. There's a battle between Go and Siako for the leather, but still staying on the side of Pacific Era Logistics. Go to Nang. Nang finds Go in the middle. Francis looking for the 4th point, his 4th point. But it's Martin Go with another 3-pointer. Second one for him is no good. Mendoza looking for an open teammate. That will be a kickball violation on Josiah. Smith swings it over. Mendoza. Moving it around, and it goes to Bon Siako. Siako will go to the line once again. Or sorry, making his first trip to the line, rather. As he makes the first one. We are all tied at 5. 2 for 2 for Bon, as he gives 103 the first taste of the lead. Anore with a quick pass inside to Francis Go. Francis could not secure that basket. They couldn't give the lead back to Pacific Era. Escueta with the free throw line jumper. That is pure for Escueta. Francis launching a three, and I believe that is his third attempt, and he will get it to go. Score is 8-all at the moment. Siako with 4 points, make that 6. He is starting out hot here for Team 103. Filipino to go, to Francis go. Back to Honore. Ball is moving around. Francis from the same spot, same result, but this time off the glass. And bank is open on a Sunday for Francis Go with a total of 6 points here in our opening quarter. Bon Siako will be called for the travel, and coming in right now, a teammate of mine, Tom Koo. Another sharp shooter, deadly from the corner. And Franco Lim as well. Playing guard here for Team 103. Go, they leave him open for the third, looking for his third triple. Francis Go gets the offensive rebound and the stick back. 4 points for Francis. Pacific Era now up by 3 points. Your score 13-10 with 4 minutes remaining in our opening quarter. Siako to Lim, to Escueta. And that's a three-pointer coming from Franco Lim. A great ball movement there at the top of the key. Ending up with an open triple, or I think they call it, they step on the line there. Go looking for his third triple, no good. Good line though, just rattled in and out. Mendoza backs down, uses the left. Escueta trying to save it. It goes into Tom Koo's hands, and Lim with the free throw line jumper. He could not hit there. The 103 is down by a single point, 12-13. Go back to Nang. We'll find Go once again. Honore likes that touch pass. And Pacific Era just really moving the ball well. Unable to get some open shots to fall in. Escueta finds Siako. Siako. He has been effective from the middle, but missing on that attempt. Tom Koo with a nice defensive stop there. He gives a forward pass to Mendoza. Mendoza almost got stripped from behind. Siako decides to kick it out to Lim. Lim spins. Bon once again gets the roll, and he will get another basket. I think that's 8 points in total here for Bon Siako. After back-to-back three-pointers coming from Martin Go. He has missed his last 3. Escueta back to Bon to get in double figures. 10 points for Bon, and the score now is 16-13. 103 with the lead, and forcing Pacific Era to take a quick timeout, as we will be back in a few moments for the remaining minute and 47 of the opening quarter. Back to the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is your 26th EcoOil 1 LaSalle Alumni Basketball League presented by Smart Sports and live on pusope.com. Your game, your community. There's a basket there for Pacific Era Logistics. Cutting the lead down to 1. Tom Koo at the corner. Swings it over to the other side to Franco Lim. And they get it down low. But missing there on that attempt was Lawrence Uy. Nang can go for the lead here with that three-point shot. No good. And once again, crashing the boards there is Francis Go, saving the possession there. Filipino for 3. And Tom Koo will get the rebound. Quick jumper coming from Kyle Chua. No basket though, no field goal for Kyle, making his entry here in the ball game. Francis Go missing his last 4 or 5 three-pointers. Tom Koo stops and freezes his defender and gets the basket to go. Score now 18-15. Tom Koo giving them a 3-point lead. They get it to the middle to Ong. Ong misses. Tom with the rebound. Gives it to Escueta. Escueta to Lawrence. Lawrence back to Tom. Tom drives inside and waiting for our officials. He says the basket is going to count, and that will give a 5-point lead to 103 as we end our first quarter. We will be back in a few moments as more second quarter coming up in a few moments. We go back to the action once again. This is your second quarter for game number 4 between batch 103 going up against Pacific Era Logistics. And a great way to end the quarter here for 103. That's Chua from the same spot this time, getting it to go. Kyle Chua, 50% from the field, and looks like that's going to go out or bounce out the foot of Sean Nang. Franco Lim will set it up. Gives it to Tom. Tom back to Kyle. And Escueta will retrieve the basketball. Tom shares it to Escueta. Nice drop pass to Kyle. Great ball movement there. Everyone touching the leather. Almost everyone. 4 players having a piece of the leather in that sequence. A traveling violation called there on Josiah Filipino. Kyle Chua, another quick trigger perimeter J is good. So far, the last 2 minutes of the first quarter until now, it has been all batch 103. And what a rejection coming from Daniel Escueta. Franco Lim, 4-on-2 fast break. They find Kyle, and Kyle gets his 6th point of the ball game. It is now a double-digit lead, 11 points. Is the lead for batch 103, but ending the drought there on that spin move and the bank shot is Francis Go. Escueta to Lim, to Lawrence. Franco gives it to Tom. To Chua for the triple, no good. Now with the hezi and the drive, great stop there from Franco Lim. It's walling up, but he will be called for the reach on the second attempt. Chua, open triple, that was way off. Ryan Chua making it up on the defensive end though. He runs and sprints back on defense, getting the deflection. Josiah will be rejected by Tom Koo. Another great defensive stop here. Defense fueling this run here by 103 as they go up by 9 points. Chua gives it to Francis Go, no good, and that's going to be a quick outlet by Tom Koo, missing, getting his own miss. 2 offensive boards for Tom Koo, and he wants the harder basket. As you could say he was stat padding there, 2 offensive boards and 2 points for Tom. Josiah Filipino for 3, a much needed basket to somehow end the drought here. As they trim that lead down to 8 points. Looking to answer right back there was a triple coming from batch 103. That was an attempt from Victor T. I think that was Bon Chiaco with the rebound, and Lawrence Uy got the ball inside and he was able to draw that foul, missing his first free throw. Uy makes the second as they go up by 9. Ryan Chua giving it to Martin Go. Filipino with the drive inside and he gets it. T gives it to Koo. To Chua. Back to T. 3 from the middle is no good, and look at the hustle there, the timing coming from Bon. Very effective so far here, but nice pass once again. Chua to Go, but Go just lost it there. Kyle has it. 2-man game between T and Chua. Turnaround jumper for Kyle, and he swishes it in. And that jumper will give them a 11-point lead. And that will be the 8th point of Kyle Chua. This time it is Pacific Era Logistics taking a quick timeout. Quick adjustments here for the side of Pacific Era Logistics as they find themselves trailing by 11 points. Not a good second quarter so far, as they have been outscored here by 6 points, 13-7, in about half a quarter of action. 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in our second quarter, as that's a triple coming from Sean Nang. And trying to shake it off as he missed there. Bullet pass inside to you. Great stop. Coming from the front court there, but I think that was Shako once again, or I'm not sure if it was just Josiah Yu who got the basket inside. Francis wants it. Sean Nang drives to the middle. There was a reach, and a foul will be called on Victor T. 2 shots there for Sean Nang. Sean misses on that attempt. Going over 2 there. These are free throws that they really need. Biggest lead of the ball game so far, 13. Make that 15 after that layup coming from Jerome Mendoza. What a run here by Batch 103. Finding their groove, especially there in that late second quarter. There was a tap to stop the fast break there for Batch 103. As Mendoza will inbound and they give it to Victor T. T crosses over, steps back, shoots from the middle and swishes it in. Nice looking shot there coming from Victor. Honore kicks it to Martin. Martin to Sean. To Francis. Bully ball. Blocked by Bon Chaco. Great ball game being played here by Bon Chaco. What a anchor on both ends of the floor. And looks like a little bit of tempers flaring there. There's going to be a technical foul called on the bench by Ryan Chua. As the referee is trying to settle this immediately, there's going to be free throws here given to Batch 103. Let's take this time, of course, to thank our sponsors here in our 26th EcoOil 1 LaSalle Alumni Basketball League. Co-presented by Puso Pilipinas. As Kyle Chua misses that free throw. Of course, our league sponsors, Feel Great System, Frankie's, New York Buffalo Wings, Jerry's Grill, Titan, Blue Fire LPG, Star Margarine. Of course, organized by Kings of the Court PH and Sports Plus PH in partnership with the LaSalle Green Hills Alumni Association. Another defensive stop by the front court of Batch 103. Francisco looking for a foul there. Now it's with Martin Go. Honore. Ooh. Pump fake, step through, no good. Gets his own miss, and finally, that's what they've been waiting for. They get the foul. Shooting foul called, and going to the line for those free throws is Gino Honore. Honore misses on the first one. They get the foul, but they don't get the basket. However, Francis Go once again doing the dirty work inside. Offensive rebound and a quick 2 on the stick back for Francis. Lead already up to 15 points right now. But nice sequence there on the side of Pacific Era Logistics. Coming up with somehow a 3-point play, but Bon Chaco going to the line again. Sinking that first free throw. Great touch by the big man. With a team high of 12 points. Make that, sticking at 13 points for Bon. And Francis Go this time already has a total of 8. He is the highest scorer here on the side of Pacific Era Logistics. Defensive rebound there coming from Mark Ong. And another call there. A shooting foul will be called on Batch 103. Two for two coming from Mark Ong to cut the lead down to 14. Filipino coming back in. Spark off the bench. He can finish on those athletic drives. He will take that 3-point shot. So let's see what impact he can make coming in. Screen there set by Bon. But Victor T could not get the layup to go. Coming from the blind side there was Victor, no good, but Sean Nang using his size, and the referees now are starting to give them those shooting fouls. Sean will go to the line for two once again. 41-27 is your score at the moment with this 14-point lead. Free throws have been a problem so far for these guys. Chaco swings it over to Victor. Victor for the second triple of this ball game, his second triple of the ball game. No good. Passing it off to Honore. No assist there for Sean Nang. Would have been a nice dish. Victor T going all the way. Thought he was going to pass it off. He had Ewan Mendoza alongside him, but he went all the way for that layup. Total of 5 points here for Victor. Oh, dishing it off at the last second to Francis Go, ending up being a good decision. Mark Ong to Francis Go for that basket in the paint. Chaco spins, gets rejected by Honore. Filipino, this is what he wants, the open court. Crosses over from left to right and finishing for that layup. Screen set in Mendoza's left. Chaco gets the offensive board, but stolen by Filipino. Active hands there. Sean Nang pulls up from the elbow and bounces off the back of the rim. But a better way, or some more flow here on the offense of Pacific Eras. The lead is now down to 12. It was a 16-point lead. That was the biggest lead of batch 103. Sean Nang looking for an open teammate. They get it to Filipino. And Francis draws the foul from Bon, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Very efficient down low in that painted area as Francis Go. He did score the first 2 points of Pacific Era Logistics, but everyone chipping in on the side of batch 103. Overall effort there for that squad. Mendoza setting it up. We'll swing it around to the other side. Victor has it. Bullet pass inside to Mendoza. Read well by Filipino, and there's 2 seconds left. He will launch it from half court. That will be good if it goes. It almost went in for Josiah. That would have cut it down to single digits, but we end the halftime with a score of 43-33 in favor of the White Shirts, batch 103 with a 10-point lead. We'll be back after this halftime break.
A home is more than just a place. It's a foundation. It's where our bonds were forged, our values were built, and where our futures truly began. For every LaSalle Green Hills alumni, that home remains within us. The LSGHAA is a union of former students, strong in faith, committed to serve, and united as one in communion. Our mission is to identify, support, and create advocacies that reflect our core Lasallian values. We serve as the bridge to the Lasallian community in the Philippines and around the world. We are a community that shares best practices, striving to be a premier union that actively promotes faith, service, and communion. Reconnect, serve, lead. Join the LaSalle Green Hills Alumni Association today and become our lifetime member. Animo La Salle. A home is more than just a place. It's a foundation. It's where our
Start of our third quarter of action. 10-point lead here by batch 103. As we take this time to announce the 26th EcoOil One LaSalle Alumni Basketball League presented by Smart Sports will have its Grand Championship Fellowship and Celebration Day on June 28, 2026 from 9 a.m. onwards at the St. Benil Gymnasium inside the Salle Green Hills. Food, fun, and a whole lot of hoops action with championships to be decided and awarded on that day. Concessionaries and sponsors are welcome to contact the One LaSalle Alumni Basketball League for more information on how to take part in this spectacle. And the opening basket there, scored by Gino Anore, getting the lead down to single digits. Smith has the leather, swings it over to Daniel Escueta. Escueta to Kyle Chua with 8 points. Pulls up there from the perimeter and missing. Lim gets it from the middle and he drains a triple, bringing it back to 11. Chua finds Ong. Chua swinging it to the other side. That's Josiah for the triple. He could not make it. Martin Go. Another attempt from downtown. No good. Bullet pass from Chua there. Gives it to Escueta. That's going to be a pull-up from Franco Lim. Escueta gets it. Another pull-up jumper. Escueta doing the intangibles here for the side of batch 103. Only with 2 points though. They move it around. Go pulls up from the middle. Missing. And Josiah with an awkward shot there. Falling away. Could not get it to go. Tom Koo. And stopped there by Ryan Chua. Another perimeter shot missed by Kyle Chua. Marcus Ong tried to go for the pull-up, but I believe it was deflected by Franco Lim. Martin Go for another three, and that's the third one this afternoon for Martin. Hit 2 earlier in the first half. That trims the lead down to 8. Smith drives middle, kicks it out to Tom Koo. That's his spot. Martin tried to go for another one. He hit back-to-back earlier. Lefty layup there. Hook shot coming from Chua. Could not get it to go. Ong was blocked there. Mark Ong blocked by Escueta. And there's going to be a reach-in foul on Franco Lim as he raises his hand. And so far, batch 103 up by 8 points as Franco Lim will inbound from the baseline. He gives it to Smith. Kyle Chua getting that perimeter jumper to fall, and Kyle Chua putting himself in 12 points. What a soft touch for a big man. Talking about Kyle Chua. They move it around. Martin drives middle. Oh, he lost it. Great defense there coming from Smith. Kyle with the assist to Tom Koo, and Tom Koo makes it. 6 points and 8 rebounds for Tom Koo, very efficient. Sean gives it back to Mark. Mark with the turnaround hook shot, and it's good. Lim uses a screen. Escueta pops out. Going one-on-one with Sean Nang. The jump shot is no good. He gambles for the steal though, Escueta, and Sean Nang making him pay on that gamble as he gets that sidestep finish to drop. Bringing that deficit down to 8 points once again. Pacific Era hanging on here. Tom Koo makes another triple, almost getting in double figures. 9 points here for Tom Koo with about 14 minutes of action. Double-double watch here for Tom Koo. 9 points, 8 rebounds so far. Sean Nang tries to answer back, but it's Mark Ong with the three-point play the hard way. He will go to the line for the bonus. Mark Ong could not finish, so it's a 9-point lead right now. Chua with a 2-point jumper, 1 foot on the line. It's a long 2. Sean slows it down. Ryan Chua will kick it back out to the wing. Filipino has it. Kicks it out to the other side. Sean still unable to hit from the outside, and Francis Go, efficient as ever, but missing there. Might have babied that shot a bit, and Mark Ong will be called for the reach-in foul. And Lawrence Uy checking back in together with Victor T. We'll move it around. Kyle Chua gives it to Mendoza. Mendoza pulls up from the elbow. Immediate impact off the bench. Coming off the bench is Jerome Mendoza. Three-point attempt coming from Ryan. Ryan tried to close out hard and he tripped there. That's Escueta making his way to the line. Missing there on that first free throw. Escueta going 0 for 2. Chua will set it up, crosses over to the middle. Nice dish to Mark Ong. Mark Ong was just not able to make that jumper or that floater. Victor gives it to Kyle. Kyle will get that one to go and get his, I believe, his 14th point of the game. Kyle Chua with that sweet looking stroke as Pacific Era Logistics takes a timeout now. It's now a 13-point lead. Before the end of the third quarter, we'll be back for the last 2.5 minutes of the third. Francis Go trying to go for that basket as he misses. 2 minutes and 15 left in our third quarter. Driving through the middle and pulling up for the jumper is Mendoza. No good. Victor looking for his second three. And it looks like Victor will get caught reaching in. He gets called for that reach-in foul. Ryan Chua inbounding the basketball. They give it back to him. They pass it. He passes it to the other side. Anore giving it back to Josiah. And Josiah with a miss there. Bon going to the middle and hanging in the air. Could not get the finish. Bon Siako with a very efficient game, but hasn't seen a lot of, well, hasn't seen action actually in the second half. Maybe saving him for the last quarter. Getting a bit of time here in the third. Ryan will be called for the reach-in foul, and 2 shots will be given to Yu. That's Josiah Yu. No good on the long bomb there from batch 103. What a sweet looking sidestep there for Sean Nang. If you're Pacific Era, you might want to just cut it to single digits as you enter the third. We still have 35 seconds left here. There's a bit of contact. A foul called. Siako was able to draw the foul. Not sure if we're in the penalty at the moment, but Siako looks like he's going to the line. No, it's going to be a sideline inbound. Victor and Yu, handoff action. Look at you get that defensive rebound. Just following that basketball and getting, completing that hustle play. Could not convert. There was Josiah Yu going 0 for 2 on that trip to the line. Ooh, looks like there was a foul called on Lawrence. Lucky break there coming from Chua. Francis will go inside and get the finish. 15 seconds left, and that's what you want if you're Pacific Era Logistics, keeping it within distance. It's now in single digits now. 9-point lead by batch 103, and Filipino gets the steal. Anore with a forward pass. Chua, will there be enough time? No, he runs out of time. But not bad if you're Pacific Era, cutting it down to a 9-point lead. 57-48 is your score. We'll be back for the fourth quarter of game number 4 this Sunday afternoon. Filipino has the basketball. A great ball movement here from the side of Pacific Era Logistics, but unable to convert on that first possession in the fourth quarter. Victor T gives it to Bon. Bon with a full head of steam driving through the middle. Great defense by Mark Ong. And they get the stop. Let's see if these stops can fuel the offense here for Pacific Era. Filipino setting up the play. He will pull up for three from the top of the key. Bounces off the top and out. They got the stop on the other end, but not able to convert. Gonna need much more of that if you want to come back. Victor, or Kyle, rather, finds Bon. Bon with the active hands off his foot, and another stop here for Pacific Era. Just need to get some conversions on the other end for the dark green and black trim jerseys of Pacific Era Logistics. Filipino driving to the middle, kicks it out to Martin. Martin swishes it in. That's a big shot, and cutting it down to 6. Definitely within distance. Kyle going one-on-one with Mark Ong. Calchua makes the first one. Goes 2 for 2, and it is now 15 points for Kyle Chua. 16 points rather for Kyle. And that is a game high for Kyle Chua, and Bon Siakos passing it to the wrong guy. Escueta with the rebound, who had intentions to pass it, but deciding to take it all the way. He misses there. Francis won't be surprised if he pulls up for 3, and he does. It looks like he had, or there was a bit of a deflection. Good defense there coming from Victor T, and going all the way is Josiah Yu. Francis Go tying the game high here with 16 points together with Kyle Chua. Kyle will be called for steps. Sean Nang setting up the offense from the top of the key. Goes to the left wing. Screen set by Mark Ong. They swing it to the corner. Francis with the bump. Great defense coming from Josiah Yu. Smith turns it over. Great steal there from Martin Go. Sean to the other side. Back to Sean. Martin. Much needed 3. He has hit 2 here in the fourth quarter. Don't look now. The lead is just down to 5 points. And still a lot of time remaining, about 6.5 minutes. Bon loses it, but you could say that was an assist into the hands of Kyle Chua, who makes it and regains that title of having the game high of 18 points here in 6.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Kyle Chua coming up with 18 off that free throw line jumper. We will be back after this timeout. Kyle Chua once again extending this lead to 7 points. Ball is now with Sean Nang. And Honore setting the screen. Another screen there from Mark Ong. As Mark Ong hustles for the rebound. Turnaround. Hook shot is no good. Yu gives it to Kyle. Face up jumper is pure. 20 points for Kyle Chua. Back to Martin. Martin gives it to Mark. Everyone getting a touch of that basketball as Josiah with the floater. Offhand finish for Josiah. Lead back to 7. Kyle looks like he's feeling it. Gives it to Smith. Smith back to Kyle. Ooh, fall away jumper going to the left. Tough shot there coming from Kyle. Not really getting his balance. Ending up with a miss. Martin for his third triple in the fourth. No. Honore tried to tap it to a teammate. And Bon securing that rebound. Smith gives it to Bon. Bon to Yu. Kyle, that's another tough shot and it still goes in. 22 points for Kyle Chua. Filipino with the jump stop. Back to Martin. Another triple, another attempt. Mark Ong gets it and he will finish. Burst of speed there coming from Bon Siako. And not sure if Honore or Ong was called for the foul. Pushing foul will be called and it's going to be a baseline inbound. Strong drive there by Bon. Tom Koo going back in the ball game. They tried to feed it down low to Kyle Chua. Pass was a bit too high. As Yu turns it over. Lead only at 7 points. That one could have trimmed it to 4. 60-67 so far. Batch 103. Hanging on here. Kyle has it once again. Ooh, nice play there. That's going to be a travel. Picked up his pivot foot before dribbling. Was Josiah Yu. Martin Go will set it up. Cross-court pass to Martin by Sean Nang. Francis Go. Ooh. Struggling a bit here in the late third and the fourth quarter is Francis. And his couple last attempts not falling in for him. And denying entry to the post there is Josiah Filipino, and he gets the stop. Martin back to Filipino. Filipino at the free throw line. Goes a bit closer for that pull-up. No good for Josiah. Victor decided to pull out on that whole court heave. Handoff from Bon to Kyle. Back to T. Pick and roll action. Shovel pass to Kyle Chua. And who else recovering that rebound? Of course, it's Bonsiaco. Hustle play once again. Even scoreless for quite some time. Filipino gets closer once again. Francis Go trying to get it. Oh, Tom Koo trying to do an impression of Magic Johnson, getting the rebound from the floor. But another big triple coming from Martin. And it's now down to 4. Only a 4-point lead. 1 minute and 46 seconds left. So far, the 2 games I've covered, really, nail-biting ball games. Victor T with the spin move, the getaway, and that's gonna be an end-one finish. A big basket by Victor T. Getaway move off the spin, the counter, the end one, and the bonus free throw. That's a miss coming from Victor T. Painful miss there. Filipino kicks it out to Sean. Sean gets the 3. And it's down to 3. Point shots coming at the right time here for Pacific Era Logistics. One from Martin Go earlier, and the last one from Sean Nang. This time going inside, and he draws the foul. 2 free throws will be given to Sean Nang with 62 seconds remaining in our 4th quarter. Sean Nang missing earlier on those gimme free throws, but making this one. It's down to 2. Going 2 for 2 this time. 68-69. Batch 103 having a little scare here with a minute and 2 seconds left. We will be back, ladies and gentlemen. This is your 26th EcoOil 1 LaSalle Alumni Basketball League presented by Smart Sports. Those 2 free throws by Sean Nang cutting the lead down to 1, and he has scored the last 5 points of this ball game. Much needed conversion here for the side of Batch 103. Victor T with the 3-pointer. Step back 3 is no good, and 103 has been leading for the whole ball game. And just at the right time, Pacific Era Logistics can take this lead here. Sean Nang trying to go for that 7th point. Victor might want to slow it down. Ooh. That might have been a good foul on Sean Nang. Not sure if they're in the penalty yet, but there was a double team in the corner and he had an open. I think that was Kyle Chua running the break there with Victor. So that would end up being a good foul. 18.1 seconds left. Kyle will get it at the top of the key, gives it to Franco Lim. Kyle, he will be fouled, and his last trip to the line, he made those 2 free throws. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, shooter's bounce there for Kyle Chua. They need one more for assurance. Make sure that Pacific Era can't steal this ball game, but they leave the door open here with a 3-pointer. Nang decides to drive in. He gets it. Goes for the shot. Mark Ong gets it. Oh, but that's gonna be it, I think. Just waiting for the officials. I'm not sure if there was a foul call. I think that's gonna be it. No foul call there, and escaping with the victory here is Batch 103 with a near scare. Almost, but not quite there. And we have to give that best player of the game award to Kyle Chua with 22 points, 4 rebounds. But a tremendous performance as well from Bon Xiaco with a double-double, 13 points and 11 rebounds as well. Both players definitely played a big role here in that win in game number 4, as Batch 103 remains undefeated 4-0 here in our One LaSalle Alumni Basketball League. We'll be back for game number 5 in a few moments.
A home is more than just a place. It's a foundation. It's where our bonds were forged, our values were built, and where our futures truly began. For every LaSalle Green Hills alumni, that home remains within us. The LSGHAA is a union of former students, strong in faith, committed to serve, and united as one in communion. Our mission is to identify, support, and create advocacies that reflect our core LaSallian values.